Hello, and welcome to another Rang Rouge unit of the week. And today we're taking a look at the Stuka Za Fuss. So Stuka Za Fuss, or translated to a walking Stuka, was pretty much the catch-all term for the Wolfram 40 platform, which was a rather simple weapon, as it was just a bunch of metal framework which would hold a massive rocket. These rockets could be anywhere from 280 to 320mm in size, and they'd mostly be mounted on the side of vehicles, such as light French tanks that they captured, and 251 half-tracks. The majority of these were mounted on 251/1s, but the 11th SS was a little bit special and decided to mount them on their 251/9s with the 75mm cannon. In-game, the Stuka Za Fuss is a 155-point assault gun available exclusively to the 11th SS Panzer Grenadier Division, and it has two weapons. So first up, you have your short-barreled 75mm with 17 AP shells and 31 high explosive shells. High rate of fire, not a whole lot of penetration, but decent high explosive damage, which is standard for your short-barreled 75mm. And then you have 6 280mm Rough rockets. These do a lot of damage, have a rather short range of only 2.2 kilometers, and these ones also leave a flame effect. Pop down to miscellaneous stats, it has 25mm of frontal armor, Reek top armor, 10mm on the side, and on the back. It shoots in directly, of course, with the rocket, and they are napalm bombs, or rockets in this case. It goes 30 kilometers off-road, 45 kilometers on the road, has medium stealth and normal optics. So in-game, the Stuka Za Fuss is a rather interesting weapon system, not really so much for the weapons itself, but for its uniqueness of being an artillery weapon in the support tab. Kind of like how the crocodiles in the support tab, even though it is technically a tank, but we don't really need to get into the nitty-gritty of those details. This thing is essentially just a Wolfram 40 in other decks, just in the support tab, but with the price tags of 15 points. Now you're going to note that, yes, that price tag is because it has a 75mm cannon, allowing this thing to fight other things somewhat effectively. But I would argue that it's not really worthwhile for that 15 extra points. Because yes, it can fight stuff, and that is nice, it's a little bit more survivable. But if you're in a situation where you're having to get into a fight with this thing, that's a bad situation to be in, and it's a very risky unit to be using on the front line with its rather high price. Though, to be fair, it's going to be pretty close to the front line whether you like it or not, because it has a rather short range of only 2.2 kilometers, with the main armament being those big bloody rockets. And those big bloody rockets are pretty damn good. They will pretty much wipe out an infantry squad with a single hit, and they can even knock out light tanks and medium tanks pretty easily as well. Heck, even if it doesn't get a direct hit, the enemy's going to have a lot of suppression damage on them. However, these rockets are a little bit more special because they are flammable. It doesn't really make them that much different. They leave a small flame effect on the ground once they've hit, but you're really doing the majority of the damage with the initial explosion, and you don't have enough coverage to really deny enemy movement in a decent area like you would with napalm bombs. And for being a pretty high damage weapon system, it has a rather low availability of only 1 in A phase, 2 in B, and 3 in C phase. It also, I wouldn't really think, has a good place in the support tab for 11th SS, as you don't have that many slots, and you're much better off really taking just infantry guns, MGs, commanders, supply trucks, etc. And also, for just 5 points more, you could just get 2 Weiligwerfers, which would probably just do you better in the long run, especially that longer range allowing you to stay not so close to the front line. And yeah, that's really the Stuka Za Fuss. It's alright, it's just a funny gimmicky weapon due to its location in the deck building. And well, I'm gonna leave it off at that. It's been another Rang Rouge unit of the week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and usual, please just take it easy.